Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's 11:09 on January 18th, 2022. This is the now Tuesday meeting of the Sconset Advisory Board. Members who are present, when I call your name, please respond. Caroline Ellis.
Here.
Thank you. Angus McLeod.
Here.
Thank you. Rob Benchley is here. Missing from today's is Mary Lathrop Will and Clement Durkis. However, let's see. Hang on one second. Can everybody see the agenda that's up? Okay, thank you. And with that, I will take a motion to accept the agenda, to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you. All
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Please say aye. Thank you.
Aye.
Okay, great. I think we're good. We don't have any else. We'll go straight to item number 1, which is 21 Bank Street.
Minutes, but Rob?
I don't think we have any minutes
No.
to.
Okay. All right.
Yep, thank you.
Sorry.
Hang on one second. Here we are. Can you see this application?
It's still the agenda.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Do we have it now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. 21 Bank Street in Codfish Park. And this is for second story, I believe, among other things. Forgive me for not having this up a little further. I'm just going to go straight to we all know where it is, so. And as usual, I'm having computer problems, so. Okay. Here we are. Is there anybody for the applicant who is here at this meeting who can help guide us through this beyond what's being shown?
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Ethan Griffin on behalf of the applicant, Melissa Sprout.
Oh, great. Thank you.
So this is an existing cottage in Codfish Park. It was originally what appears to be a very small shack with a chimney, so we're not sure what the use was. But sometime around 1930s, it started to be expanded a little bit, still, relatively shacky. And then in, post-war, it, maintained its current form. The proposal is to add a second story. Currently, it's all just cathedral ceiling, single story structure. Obviously it's a major change for a cottage of this stature and location. We are utilizing the existing footprint and trying to incorporate some kind of funky Codfish Park vernacular into the proposal. Programmatically, it's not a major change to the house. It's essentially adding a bedroom and a bathroom and a laundry room. Currently, the laundry is in the shed. But we look forward to your comments, and please let me know if I can answer any questions.
Great. Thank you, Ethan. And as per usual protocol, I'll invite anybody in the audience who's joined us today to speak on this. Is there anybody who would like to comment? Clara.
Hi, yes, I would like to comment. I live at 19 Front Street, so it's the house that is just just behind this house. And so therefore I will be impacted, I think, both in terms of view of the water, which is not my huge concern, although I'm curious to know how high up this addition will be. And my other real concern, though, is construction timing and whether this will take place in the summer or if I can ask for, the neighbors can ask to have it delayed until after Labor Day, because I'm concerned that it will be very loud and disruptive.
Okay. Ethan, if you know, if you can answer that particular question, that would
Sure.
be great.
Yeah, thank you. First, just to address the height, let me pull up the elevation on my end. So the ridge height is about 19 feet, plus or minus off of Bank Street. This is in about a 30-inch to 2-foot sort of hole lower than Bank Street, the actual street itself. On the yard side, it's about 21.6 from grade to ridge. So it's a little bit of a divot compared to Bank Street itself. Obviously, significantly lower than the existing bank that I think most of the people on here are concerned about. Certainly, we're not trying to do anything that's going to be majorly impactful in terms of size, but we are trying to add some livable space on the second floor. In terms of construction schedule, this project in all likelihood is going to need to go to ZBA because it's a pre-existing non-conforming lot, even though we're not changing the ground cover. So typically they'll include some sort of construction moratorium as part of their process. Again, the applicant's not looking to be over disruptive to the neighborhood any more than any construction tends to be. So certainly they're sensitive to that, but we are expecting that ZBA is going to put their standard kind of moratorium on the construction. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Anybody else on this application? Okay, hearing nothing on that.
Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Oh, Janet. Okay, thank you.
Janet Ballou at 21 Front Street. So we are right next door to Clara Bingham, and believe that this is located directly in front of us. So we are concerned about both items that Clara Bingham mentioned. One, the height, and two, the construction timing. But thirdly, the overall change of character that seems to be occurring in Codfish Park. There seems to be an idea, of course, that as each house gets higher and higher, it's another precedent. It feels that the scale of Codfish Park is growing with each new proposed project. So those would be my 3 concerns. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
If I could also make a couple of comments on this, Rob.
Yeah.
Hi, Margaret Van
Hi,
Duzen.
Margaret.
Good
Yep.
morning. I think that this is one of the original fisherman cottages. And it is a contributing element that's listed in the historic landmark list of structures. And I agree with Janet. I mean, it's a charming house right now. I think everyone who's walked down Bank Street notices this house. And what was previously, I went back and looked at the minutes for what was previously in front of the HDC on this house, which was a chimney change that was not in fact constructed in 2019. But I do think when you look at this, it is going to change the streetscape on Bank Street. I do think it would be helpful to know, because when I looked at the topo map, it wasn't legible to me, and I would ask the applicants to submit a larger topo map. I couldn't pull one up myself off the internet, but I think it would be helpful to know, either with height poles or what the top of the bank is in that area on how this is going to impact not just Bank Street, but the area above. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Okay. Just writing some notes here. Okay, great. All right, thank you. Let's see. Caroline Ellis, your thoughts, please.
I think because so many people are concerned about this, I would agree that the height poles would be helpful. So that from Front Street, I can't imagine that this would block anybody's view. But the height pole will tell people what is happening. I would like to have the details be more cottagey, because we all so stunned by that huge house that was put at the bottom of Middle Gully, which to me was the beginning. So I'd be happy to wait for the ridge poles.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's see, Angus, if you're with us.
Hi, Rob. I agree with Caroline's comments. My only I have a few concerns, but I think it would be helpful if it could get some sort of, I think it would bring better understanding to the neighbors and to the board if there were some sort of streetscape with this sort of blocked out in it with the height pole, just to sort of see what kind of impact that it has, and it might just blend in with what's there. There's a cross gable near there, so it's kind of borrowing from elements that I think are not unfamiliar in that area. One of my concerns would be the historical integrity of what this is replacing, what it's being added to. If there's some sort of timeline, I think they're great photos and dates and so forth, but it would be nice to know what the roof and roof line and space below this. Is that relatively new, or is this 19th century that this is impacting? I think would all be helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you, Angus. Yeah, this is Rob, and I think that some more information would be great, and especially with regard to the neighbors. Codfish Park is a tight, close-knit buildings close to each other, and some story poles, and I'm sure the HEC would like to do a viewing as well. So yeah, and also to see what the real bones of the building are and what's happened over the years. So great. If there are any other comments, I'll make note of these and pass them on to the HTC. And if there's no other comments, we can move on to the next item.
Briefly, Rob, does that mean it does go to the HDC tonight?
I
or
will.
not?
Yes. I think it's I think it's on their agenda.
It's been
Or-
on the agenda for weeks.
Yeah, and I know it's on the list, and I think they held it so we could get. Oh, you know what? It was on their last meeting agenda Thursday, but that meeting was canceled.
The meeting was canceled.
Yeah, so
So
I
you-
guess they'll just pick up where they left off tonight.
So you think they'll get to it today?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? The
Hard to
second
tell.
thing, my question is when, if all of this evolves, what is the timeline for getting the height poles up? Does that happen?
Well, I think that's between the HEC and Ethan, and I'm personally not sure how quickly that happens, but I bet it would happen sooner than later because they want to get moving. So
Yeah, I mean, the HEC process is fairly protracted these days, so we like to do whatever they ask. We want to address it as quickly as possible. Again, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate all the feedback. A lot of good suggestions. So we look forward to working with you on the next round.
terrific. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm going to move on now to item 1 under old business, which is 17 Broadway, the storage containers. And it's going to take me a second to pull it up. So please bear with me. Here we go. Okay. Is this correct? No, that is not correct. Sorry about that. Okay, I think what should be showing are the minutes from the last meeting on this. This is the storage sheds, 17 Broadway. Okay. So it was held for revisions. And I'm sorry that I personally have not been able to look at them. So here we are. Oh yeah, there was some concern earlier about the structures being inside or being in the way, and the applicant's now saying that the bins are within the property line. Is there anybody here for this application to help explain this? And can everybody see this?
Yes, we can see it. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, thanks, Angus. Well, I wish somebody was here to help us with this because it's hard to comment when we're not seeing the changes. Okay, well, that being the case, I see there are people here who I think want to speak on this, and I'll invite you to do that. Please state your name if you choose to do so.
Rob, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
It's Amaletta.
Thank
Um,
you.
Just wanted to say something to address. If I'd like to see, I'd like to see this particular discussion include the south side, because there's been a change on the south side that affects me. And I think that it's a very easy thing to do, but I was never given any notification of what was going on, nor did I know about this meeting. So I just want to say I am a person of interest, and I appreciate the work that you all are doing, and that's it. That's all I have to say right now. I've
Okay.
already said what I needed to say.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I can't believe no one else is there.
Well, they're here, but
Rob, it's
Yeah, yeah.
Caroline.
Caroline,
Hi. There's major construction there. Do we just accept the fact that the owner says, oh, well, it's within our boundary? Or wouldn't we ask to see some evidence of that?
yeah, they did provide a plot plan, but
But they didn't go for approval of these structures.
let me see what the recent application says. Nothing new. Okay, well, this is difficult because we don't have the benefit of the applicant's explanation.
I just have a general question, Rob.
Yeah.
Is my understanding that the spaces in between the cottages are rights of way. And so the inference is it's sort of public land.
Yes,
So in other words, what you're saying is you want to know exactly where the boundaries of the house are to see how much these invade, because I agree with whoever mentioned it. These are structures. They're not, I mean, they're not insignificant and they don't look temporary.
right.
That would indicate that the way is 11 feet wide. And I don't think we ever knew what the width was. Because I used to look out the kitchen window at this. And I never knew.
Yeah,
But it says that previously it was 13.8 between the two houses. The Farleys and the,
Yeah, I'm concerned about what that is. That a property line that is shown where that arrow is, where you have it right now, Rob?
Yeah.
That is the property line. So, you know, do they have zero setback on that piece of their land? And is this I'm assuming that this is an as-built, you know, going back for the permit after not having not gotten approval prior to construction.
that's what it appears.
Yeah, the scale of the storage and built structures along that side is somewhat unprecedented. We may have asked for, you know, photos in the past of any other situations like that, but it's either been a trash bin or, somebody's water heater that's on the side of the house, a funny Sconset structure that's on the side, but this is just, appears to be just a rambling free-for-all for storage and mixed use, and is really of great concern.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm of the same feeling here. I mean, they show some changes here on these photographs that are shown as photoshopped, where I guess they're proposing some greenery and everything, but the basic structures are still there.
The shrubs are there, Rob.
I'm sorry, Ann, sorry, say that
The
again.
shrubs, the greenery is there.
Oh, the greenery is
It
there.
is planted.
Okay, well, they're still previously unapproved, so.
Well, this begs the issue of the historic district and what constitutes the historic district, whether or not the historic district includes the ways, which are actually the charm of the village.
Mhm.
And, I throw that out for discussion. I think the historic district, the Sconset Historic District needs to, commission or whatever, needs to really address the issue of what defines a way. And, is it the old fashioned English term? Are we going to go away from that English term of a way, being a right of way? It really is something that is a major issue, and it needs to be addressed, because across the street, there are people taking over the way. So, all over Sconset, people are taking the ways.
Yeah.
It appears that from the site plan, there is a way that, felt larger when part of the way wasn't consumed on the applicant's property. But then that closes it down to what the way, it looks like the way is more like 10 feet. And it feels like encroachment, but it's still on their land. So, and everything, I mean, in the entirety of everything that is in the old historic, Sconset Old Historic, it should be, reviewed as such. There isn't anything that's voided from review in that core district.
That's correct.
The other thing I would say, though, is the shower is right on Broadway, which I think is really not appropriate. I mean, putting aside whether they should have put in a shower without permission, which I don't think they should have done, where they put that shower is, I don't think there's any other thing like that fronts on Broadway.
Well, it's set back. It's not directly on Broadway.
No, I understand, but it's very visible from Broadway.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I think looking at this view here that's in the center of the screen, they're showing it. That looks like that's been photoshopped. Yes, it has. They say so. That's good. So there you've got the shower that's there, and here's showing it without the shower. Not sure if that's what they're asking or if that's what they're going to do. So without them being here, we're going to ask for more information, or at least their presence to understand better. And so I will pass on everybody's comments.
Could the zoning board get involved in this and measure and say whether or not it is actually within their boundaries?
Well, that just is certainly a valid consideration. So I don't know if this is a certified
And the south side, Rob?
Yeah, and yeah, we don't have any pictures of the south side, but
Well, the south side I could address if you want some information.
it's not part of this application, but it is definitely, you know, there's some confusion there. This doesn't, these lines here don't necessarily show the property lines, so I don't think. Well, I guess they do, but whether it's yeah, and if it is on their property, then there's the question of the issue that's been brought up, that it's very, very visible, and it's not pretty, in my opinion. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'm going to move on if that's all right. There's no further comment on that. We're going to move now to 6 Lincoln Street. Okay. Okay. So this is 6 Lincoln Street, the Crampton family, and this is another second addition on a second floor. Is this showing on the screen? I just need your confirmation that it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, there's the existing house. Okay. There we go. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Great, thank you. So in the middle of the screen, top of your screen now is the west elevation, which is not visible, and I'm a little confused now. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to see from the street. So what I'm indicating here is the existing, and then they want to put a second story on.
Rob, my connection cut out for a minute.
Okay.
Is there anyone representing this?
No.
I'm happy to start.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Angus.
In general, the houses that have a smaller front than they do back feels like a tail wagging the dog. But there's an unusual situation on that street where a number of houses have this phenomena. So it's not going to be standing out as extremely different from its neighbor or other neighbors on that street. I think that the dormer facing east is somewhat modest and balances with the existing gable. My biggest concern is just the overall scale of the second story, what that's doing with the house, and all too often phenomena of the shed dormer completely creating a second story as opposed to light in an existing gable. It's pretty much flush and then going all the way side to side, which
Oh.
obliterates that roof line. So it really does make the gable feel hokey. So I would rather see it stepped back further on the sides and stepped back, to what the guidelines say, which is at least a foot, but probably should be 2 feet from that west face of the lower story. And that's all, Rob. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Angus.
This is Caroline.
Yep.
From the drawing, the front of the house, looks like it's been also changed from the photograph on the right of that. It protrudes, the little porch protrudes.
Yeah,
And then if you look at it now, there's a horizontal roof going from the front door over all those windows.
oh, yeah.
And I don't see that mentioned.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't look like this.
It's a porch, that goes along the front of the house.
Yes, I see it.
So that's a roof
Here,
change, I would
right.
think. Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, it is. That's not bubbled on the map, on the
No.
elevation. Thank you. Oh, I see. Okay. So those dormers are front and back. Yeah. I'm not seeing on this, the east elevation here, the depiction of that shed dormer. I mean, that's going the entire length of the house. Do you think, Angus, is that what you were saying?
You may have lost.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. All right.
But Rob, if you go to the west elevation, you can see it's set back. It doesn't go all the way, but it's consuming most
Yeah.
of the roof. It might be 2 feet or something. The guidelines are, I believe, 3 feet on the sides and 1 foot on the face of it. But
Yeah.
that's like maximum, and this is definitely, maximum plus.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. Thank you. I will make note of that. And that brings us to item number 2, 73 Brunel, for a new dwelling and a new pool. And pardon me while I look for that one. Just tell me, what are you seeing on the screen now?
The agenda,
Okay, thank you. I can look at pictures of my family while you're looking at that. Oh, God. Okay. Great. Okay, this is 73 Brunel Street. Let me just go zip to the top here. This is Vanessa Halper is the applicant, and this is for a new dwelling. This is beyond Adriana's house, I believe.
But before Sam's,
Yeah, there we go.
okay.
Oh, I guess, yeah, this is where the Davidsons are moving some of their buildings around. So I don't know that this is a fait accompli, but it's just plans, so. And let me just zip down to the elevations. There we are. Kind of looks like Blackfish. Kind of.
Mhm. Wow.
Go back to I think the west would be facing the street. I'll just be sure of that. Yes.
Is Joe here?
No. I think this holiday has thrown everybody for a loop.
Oh, right.
Feels
Right.
funny doing Sconset Advisory Board on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Anybody like to? Yep, go ahead.
The thing is, I was just gonna go ahead and start if that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm not sure, looking at this west elevation, I'm not sure how far back that secondary door is to the left. If it's way back, that's okay. Sometimes things are, a little bit hard to see. Oh, there it was. I think it would be the north elevation that we'd want to look at to see how far back it is.
Oh yeah, it's over here.
Yeah, it's back a fair amount. So my main concern with this is that south gable that comes off to the right in that west elevation. Yeah, in this elevation, that right side is just way overscaled for being a secondary mass. It really competes with the central core. And so I would highly recommend breaking that down to a single story or story and a half, and moving more of that program to the back towards the east, or at least stepping down this portion. It's it really does conflict with the central core.
Great, thank you. Caroline?
I agree with Angus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my immediate feeling as well. Yeah. All right.
Rob, will you show the south side?
I will do that. Yep.
Thank you. Because that roof goes around.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So that whole section goes around the corner, doesn't it? It's like a whole nother house. Yeah, I agree. It should really come down.
Maybe a guest house.
Yeah. Let me just put the site plan back up there.
The car is in front of the house, of course.
Yes.
They build it with house.
Okay, let me go,
They don't plan for a garage.
doesn't say anything about that. Okay, I'm trying to get back to the this is the same applicant, the same location,
For the pool.
the pool in the back. Screening would be nice for the neighbors and certainly not visible from the street.
It looks incomplete, though. Is it just a space saver to show? Oh, it doesn't have any detail. Does that?
Yeah, it does seem kind of lacking in details, but kind of like more of a hardscaping plan and everything, but
Mhm.
yeah, okay, I'll make a note of that.
That south addition that I was talking about before does the heavy lifting for the screw.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Angus, we lost you. Gonna have to find a better rest stop to pull over at. Sorry. Sorry.
Did you
There
catch
are.
what I was saying?
Missed all of it.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so my concern about the pool is that right now the south addition to the main mass of the house is really doing most of the screening of the pool. And if that were to change in massing, scope, scale, whatever, I think that affects the pool. So I would rather see the house get sorted out and then talk about the pool.
Excellent idea. Great. Caroline, does that sound reasonable?
It does to me. I
Yeah.
wish we could get the cars behind the house.
Yeah.
I mean, the pool people would even be happy.
Yeah.
They could drive behind the house and screen the cars.
Yeah, that's all right, good. I will make note of that. Thank you very much. All right, we still have Amaletta and. Okay, shall we move on now to 7 Packet, which is set down off of Canterbury or something? Boy, we got a ways to go here, don't we?
Do.
I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you very much, Rob and Caroline.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Janet.
Okay, 7 Packet. Window change and door revisions, and there's okay, I wonder why this is on here. Looks like they already got their yeah. If they've already gotten their CO, not sure why we're seeing this, but that's I mean the visibility is nothing, so okay, well, I'm just going to I'm going to skip this because it looks like it's already been approved. Okay. Oh, God. Sorry. Okay, 23 Baxter. This is the former Parry house, and this is for adding an outdoor shower. This is to the older house on the south part of the lot, I think. Yep.
So the opening is toward the ocean to the east.
I would say so.
There are a couple of things that
Hard to figure.
are red flags to me. One is they're good nooks and crannies in this house just because of the complexity of it. And I would rather see it sort of in the crotch of two extensions, on an inside corner. It's such a highly visible spot being on Baxter and then
Yeah.
the footpath on the water side. And also there are two things. I'd rather see it more internal. I was going to say, push it to the back because there's lots of room, but the back is going to be, possibly more visible just because of the footpath. So I think, on the north or south makes sense, but I would bring it in up against something rather than just the very outside.
And what's bubbled on the side?
Side of it. I don't think it should be any more than 6 feet high. I don't know if there should be dimensions on there, but I don't see any.
So they're adding a shower. There's also one to the west.
I think these are all views of the same,
Yeah.
proposal.
No, if you go down, there's a bubble, there's another bubble down below.
Well, that's the other side of the house, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm asking. Down,
I
one
see.
more. Move it up, Rob.
Yeah, so,
Go the other way.
oh, the other up.
Yes, that one. Oop, you just went by it. There.
Oh,
It looks like 3 views of the same shower.
yeah. So you see it's on the south. It's on the
Just
south
go-
side of the house. And
Yep,
then you can
it's-
see it from Baxter, and then you can see it from the footpath.
But this is the front of the house, is it not? Or is this the rear, the east elevation? Sorry, got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
that's
I
okay.
remember those doors now. Yep.
Okay. So we'd like to tuck this in somewhere else.
What a wonderful house.
All right, great. Any other comments? Thank you very much. Moving to 27 West Sankaty, and I'm sorry this is all taking so long, but
That's okay.
okay, 27 West Sankaty. Replace existing casement windows with double hung. Okay, oh, is that the Henry's old house?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, sure.
Back on the bend?
Yeah. Gosh, she was fun. Libby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Okay, this is. All right. Let's see if I can rotate this. One more time. There we go. Making me dizzy. Good thing Angus isn't driving. This would make him go off the road. East elevation. Okay, so that faces West Sankaty then, right? No.
No.
Well, it sort of does, but it's way back.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's the existing, and I don't know what the dotted lines are, but that's okay.
To put in double hung.
Yeah.
Are the rest of them double hung? I mean, is this sort of falling in line with the? It's hard to
Yes.
tell. Okay, yeah, that seems to make sense.
Yeah, it does indeed.
I would say maybe an improvement.
I would say it's probably an improvement, both from the inside and the outside. Great. Any other comments? All right, beautiful. We're gonna zip now to 4 Windsor Road. I don't think we saw this the first time, but it's certainly worth having a look at it.
I couldn't get this one to pull up. Everything else would load, but this one.
Oh, yeah, I did look at this earlier. I had trouble too. Oh, my God, there it is. Okay, are you seeing this on your screens now?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. I'm gonna have to
So
get
where is this exactly?
Okay, so it's you go out to the end of Plainfield Road,
What's Plainfield off of?
Burnell.
Brunel.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
so this is kind of parallel with Blackfish.
parallel with Blackfish, and it's further north, and it's also private roads.
Yep.
Uh,
Is the backside, the west side of this,
the
where it
west,
would probably be visible, is it, is that conservation land? Is that public?
no, no, that's part of the golf course.
Okay.
And which parcel is this one of the many that are outlined?
It's the blue one
The
here.
blue one? Okay, and is that an existing road then to the right that goes up?
Yes,
That's the access.
yep, and it's paved and everything.
Isn't that funny? I've never noticed it.
That's that's Hank Coffin's
Hank,
house.
okay,
there.
yeah, got it.
And then there's Mary Will's original home.
Yep.
Okay. And okay, looking at this, whew, that house is very far off the road. I know we didn't see this the first time around, but he'd asked for it because it is in Sconset. And I'm trying to, there's a lot of information on this particular application, so it's taking a while to. Okay, modify roof massing, omit transom dormer, modify fenestration. Modify roof massing, add transom dormer.
Rob, is there a previously submitted
I
thing
think
that
so. Yep, there it is.
shows us where they begin? Okay.
Let me see if there's a 90 degrees to that. I apologize for the jumpy. It's there we go.
Wow. This is the rear of the building.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
What about the front?
That would be the east.
That's the other side, isn't it?
Yep,
That
that's
one.
the other side.
Mm.
Whoa, 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 what's going on here?
"39 pages, no wonder it wouldn't load."
God, no kidding. All right, here's the east. So this faces Windsor Road.
But
That's-
can't be seen from the road, right?
No, well, it's like 250 feet back.
Mm.
This has a similar issue to what we were looking at earlier, where the secondary mass feels more primary
Mhm.
than secondary to the right as you're looking at the front facing gable. And I actually prefer the shed dormer that was proposed before to the left of that gable.
Mhm. Yep.
This just takes something that is, I think I saw 28 feet, something that's very high, and then spreads it wide. I'd rather see the overall height come down and that massing get reduced on that right side.
Wow.
28 feet. Well, 27, 11 and 3/4.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh dear.
Interesting. Huh.
I agree with Angus. I mean, the face of the building is so long without a step back on the road part. I mean, with all of that to the right, it looks to me like one of the Vermont houses where somebody's just kept adding.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a builder. Oh my gosh. Wow. It just,
Oh, I see. Okay, so Windsor Road would be over on this side, on the left,
mhm,
in this plan.
mhm, mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that's I agree. That's similar to what we saw on the one on Burnell.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. So noted. Any other comments?
It should be way back. Oh dear.
Great. Okay, everybody. I'm sorry this has gone a little bit long, but we got a late start.
Yep.
I will produce these minutes shortly, and I guess they're going to meet tonight. So let's do. Can I have a motion for the approval of our comments that we've made today?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second, I was
Okay.
trying to get unmuted.
Okay. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you very much, and I'll take a motion for adjournment.
so
So
moved.
moved.
All right, thank you. All those in favor for adjournment?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. This meeting has come to a close. Angus, you're doing a good thing out there.
Thank you.
Oh, hopefully
Good
things
luck.
will settle down soon.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. Take care, you guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Abby. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, there we go.